Hi, Miss Gilpin here. Let's talk about place value. When we do place value for second grade, you basically just deal with hundreds, tens, and ones. So if you deal with your hundreds, that's like your number would be 127. If I ask what place value is the 1 n in 127, you'd raise your hand and say the hundreds place. If I ask what value is the 4 n in say 43, you'd raise your hand and say the tens place. So when you're dealing with place value, you have to look at your numbers. You have to figure out if you're dealing with ones, again, dealing with hundreds, tens, and ones. Also, we'll get into thousands later. Also, if I just say the number 7 and I say what value is the 7 in, you would say the ones. Now, some children get confused with that because if the 7 is by itself, they think they need to put a 0 in front of it. If they put a 0 behind it, it becomes 70. So that's not right. So we have to look at 7. If I say the number 23, what number is my 3 in? What place value is the 3 in? You'd say the ones. If I say the number just to see who can get it, 1,257, but I'm still only asking for the hundreds place, you'd be able to tell me the 2 is in the hundreds place in 1,257. So you kind of have to look at that. Also, when you're dealing like worksheets, problems, sometimes they might try to throw you off with the questions, but you can also look at the example, which normally they'll do one for you that will tell you how to do the problem. So, normally when you do like homework, it'll be on the review. So it wouldn't be anything new. If your teacher gives you, if you're going over in the class assignment over hundreds, tens, and ones, then your worksheet wouldn't all of a sudden have 1,000 in it because you may not know how to do that yet. So make sure you're asking questions when you're not sure. Place value normally for second, it's normally more of a review from first grade, but it does add on. Second grade is mostly just a review grade of first grade, getting you ready for, third grade for when you move to testing. But also dealing with place value, I don't have my sheet with me, so I'm trying to go off memory. But dealing with place value, what else could I say? If we do another number, let's just throw one out there. 37. What place is the 100 in? A little tricky. If I say 37, then my smart students, which is all of them, would be able to tell me, Ms. Gilpin, there's no hundreds in there. And I would say, you're correct. So 37, no. Number 22. If I say what place is my thousands in, there's no thousands. If I say what place is my tens in, you'd be able to say 2. Also dealing with place value, you'd be dealing with expanded form, standard form, and then writing it. So if I ask expanded form, if I say write 23 in expanded form, you'd actually write 20 plus 3. If you write it in written word, you'd write 23 the word. So that's something else we have to look at because students start getting confused when you ask them to break up the numbers. If I say the number 323 and I need you to break it up, it'd be 300, 300 plus 20, 20 plus 3, just 3. Now, some children might write a 0, 3, but you only need the 3. You don't need to put the 0 in front of it because that may confuse some of y'all. If you have to write it in written form, normally in the lower grades, like second grade, there are charts that the children have. So you can use a chart and that'll help you to do your problems. So if you use a chart, then that will help you. If I say write 23, you can look on the chart and see how to write 23. Dealing with place value, like I said, it just takes time. In the beginning, you get confused. And then when you move to the thousands, it's really, I don't feel like it's that hard. It's going to take time. It's just adding another number. So once again, just like in the hundreds, tens, ones, if I say 1,037 and I say what number is in my thousands place, you tell me the 1. Just like if I say 127, what number is in my hundred place, you tell me the 1. So it's just making sure you know your numbers. And remember with place value, with numbers, when you're writing numbers, you write them, but you speak them from, when you work them out, you start from the left. So 123, you look at your ones first, that's a 3. You look at your tens, that's 2, and then your hundreds is the 1. So if you make a chart, you make the hundreds chart HT1, and then you put the numbers in. So we'll discuss this more. This is just a little quick mini lesson to see who's really been paying attention. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Next time, Miss Gilpin. Goodbye.